Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Blueprints, where, since last time I did a little bit more working on people kind of stuff. I realized that in the bunk beds, the note that we found that was the two little boys arguing, Herbie and Simon, is not me, Simon. I don't have an older brother. It's Simon Sinclair and Herbert Sinclair, my grandfather and granduncle, who willed this place to me. And there's a picture of them with Thomas Sinclair that we found like up in the dusty attic or somewhere. So yeah, some same names can make it a little bit difficult to keep track of who is who and what's what. My main goal today is to see if I can get back in the antechamber and possibly get another one of those keys. Yeah, and I'm just gonna start things off with some regular drafting and see how things go. Oh, I forgot that I'm starting off today with a bunch of resources due to the frozen whatever in my extra allowance. So I have 10 gems already. Okay, so steps are probably going to be at a premium. I should keep that in mind, because I have lots of money and whatever. Observatory, that's always fun. We get to see something new, presumably. There's only like one bad observatory day, I think. Remind me. Draxus the Dead. So don't inspect when you have 12, is what I've learned. Okay, I have 10, so that should be fine. So I'll get some kind of useful bonus, I imagine. And there's an apple, more steps. And there is a triangle, which gives me 3 steps. Okay, great. So, those are nice bonuses. Thank you very much. And maybe I'll actually get back to drafting and you don't have to watch. Well, I made it one room and I found the conservatory, which I love using because it allows me to adjust the rarity. Okay, there is a place to dig. That's just the usual note that's there. What rarities can I adjust today? I understand. Walk-in closet. This one's pretty valuable. It is at standard, which is pretty good, but I wouldn't mind having this be even more common and be able to draft it early on to get the early items, so I'm going to make it a commonplace one. Commissary, it's standard, that seems fine. Drafting studio, I would like this to be more common. We only found this for the first time recently. It does cost 2 gems. But yeah, permanently add some others, and it's got a safe in it, as I recall. Standard is probably too common, maybe just unusual. It's a straight walkthrough. It costs 2 though. Unusual is probably appropriate. Let's just do unusual. Okay, I've made my adjustments. Here is the aforementioned photo of Thomas and the young Simon and Herbert. I have the opportunity to see the rumpus room again, so let's take it so that we can play around with the fortune teller. What's his name? But first off, where's all my piles of money? Are they always in the same spot? Just glancing around in case there's other items. I'm guessing the money's always here, since it's kind of guaranteed with the room. But yeah, I don't immediately see anything else. Let's insert a coin into Alzara and be prepared to listen. Alright, I think the beginning was exactly the same, but now it differs.
I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both, now decrepit, run down, and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes
Interesting.
resting upon 8 pedestals.
Maybe that's the contents of the safes.
And in these 8 envelopes see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands.
And maybe it's information
8
rather than treasure.
letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing.
Alright, just gonna beat you over the head with that.
Has been foreseen by the great Alzara until the dawn of the following day.
So I'm guessing
Nothing more
that there are 7 safes and there's the gate to the orchard. And so the 7 safes have the 7 letters. The 8th letter is going to be like the super duper mystery to find. Yeah, this game keeps seeming like it has more and more depth. In any case, so far things are going okay. Door is locked, so I guess I'll use one of my keys. Oh, ballroom. This is one that I have only seen once, and I can finally get a chance to draft it and find out what it is, and I need to make sure that I read its room thingamadoo. Ballroom. Whenever you enter the ballroom, set your gems to twice the gems. Alright. I should have waited to enter it, actually, now that I think about it. An opulent hall has polished mirror floor. Alright. Baron preferred private parties. Later on. Rarity commonplace? Really? I never see this drafted. Okay. Alright, what kind of treasures do we have in here? It's got its own music, it seems like. Maybe we'll find a music sheet in here. Also, Clara and Simon. Okay, so these are my grandparents. Mary's parents. And we've seen Simon's picture in a locket. We've seen Clara's picture with the mole. Here they both are perhaps a little younger. Oh, a date. 1952. Okay, that's a possible safe thingy. Need to start a new post-it note for writing that down. Interesting. Anything else here? In Eclipse Ball, I think it says. Maybe with the magnifying glass, or if I zoom in later on, I'll be able to read that a little bit better. But 1952, okay. That could be the gate, actually, because on the... Maybe future video editing, Brian will edit it in. The family tree photo that I had, the two of them are right next to the heart on the tree that was cut down beside the orchard, I presume. And so maybe 1952 is the orchard code. And yeah, we're going to find more music sheets 6 and 7. Wow. I'll read them aloud, although they're kind of in the midst of things and probably won't be interesting. Under these stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on and music swells, and at the end the clock strikes 12. What that means, only time can tell. 2 remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands, and as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands, the true time lost in past romance. So now the only music sheet I'm missing is 5, but perhaps I should review my current notes. Okay, so the message's bold words spell out first words on the, I don't have number 5, are true message. First words on the something are true message. Could be like red note cards or something. It's only a single word though. Okay, so I have more music. I feel uncomfortable walking on the mirror floor. And it doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. Piano and the music. Okay, well, we got a new room. That's pretty exciting. I'll go back to drafting. Well, moments later, I happened to draft the indoor nursery. I can imagine first words on the page of, like, some of these books. There, the, he, and, so, and, a, it, and, a. Yeah, okay, probably not that. I'll have to go back and look at swim, whatever. At a glance, I believe this is the same Rubik's Cube in the same room. I've been in the indoor nursery and I have a screenshot of that one. I've seen a couple other Rubik's Cubes just based on memory in the past, but I haven't gone back and tried to screenshot those. And there's a red ball here. I've seen a blue playground ball. Oh, right over here. So red and blue. Red prints. Swimfish. Maybe? Maybe just coincidence of colors? I don't know. Alright, drawing room. That's another room that I really like, that we made a little more common. And there's a safe in here, right? Or am I misremembering? No, I have not previously found a safe in here, but I haven't looked. This is one of the rooms that I haven't scrutinized as thoroughly since discovering that I should be looking more thoroughly at some of the rooms. Alright, well, there's a pawn in the drawing room. I don't think I have that in my notes. And this guest bedroom note mentions Lord Evanson, which is a name I'm not sure that I'm familiar with. Hope your health improves shortly. Is that KL? Do I know who that could be either? Like, I just kind of dismissed this because it was explaining the billiards room puzzle, but there's actual people information here, possibly. I might need to pay more attention to this. Well, I drafted the library. I can request another book. Caleb Manning, Marion Marigold's mentor, who is implicated in Trimsdale stuff. Let's read that. Or request that so that we'll be able to read it again in the future. Yeah, these kind of tomorrow-ish rooms. I mean, the library has a different symbol because it has a drafting symbol or whatever, but the requesting a book or whatever is kind of like a tomorrow room. Like, that's an interesting thing to do in a roguelike. It's like you do something in this run that helps just the next run or something, and it's typically knowledge vanier kind of stuff or whatever, so it's just a way to, I guess, kind of slow up the progress. Yeah, I don't know. Launder currency. I do have a lot of money, and I probably would like to change it for gems or something. Yeah, let's go to the laundry room. I presume it will have the same machines, but that's not necessarily true. Before we inspect the laundry machines themselves, let's see if there's any other items laying about. But at a glance, I don't see anything that's worth taking. So, laundry machines. Spin cycle. Cost 5 money. Swap your gems with money. So I'd end up with like 29 gems. That's pretty cool. That would just swap those two. And this would give me 29 keys. Yeah, I'd prefer to have all the gems. Is there anything I want to buy first? I haven't drafted any purchasing rooms. I guess hold on. I might be able to draft somewhere to spend some money. I don't think I'm going to need that many gems. So let's at least take a look at the next room before I utilize the laundry service. Oh, this is a dead end. I was thinking the left thing was a room exit. Oops. Rats. Then it's going to be farther away. Let's just utilize the spin cycle then. Did we really need an animation for this? I don't know that we did, but there we go. Okay, now I've got 29 gems and 1 money. Okay, I can draft all the expensive rooms. Let's just hope I don't run out of drafting. So for now, I have to go over here, and I've only got 3 keys right now, too, and I don't have a lockpick set or anything. I don't have a shovel to really utilize the courtyard. And I have to keep things moving. I can risk going through the dark room. So we'll do the dark room. I have to use another one of my keys, which is a shame. And might as well buy the expensive one, I feel like. Hope that it's something good. I've got a sledgehammer. Thanks for that. Can shatter padlocks, unlock trunks. Yeah. Still don't have a shovel. It was the veranda that we drafted. Lovely out. Let's go ahead. Courtyard 5 dig spots. That's a good room. It's got lots of doors as well. Commissary is not valuable to me right now. So yeah, let's do the courtyard. Alright, I like having all these gems and not having to worry. I look forward to having a shovel. Is this a shovel? Hello? Hello? Okay. Our luck has changed. I have a keycard, by the way. Servant's quarters, +1 key for every bedroom in your house. I need more keys. And I have a few bedrooms already. So that's a nice one to knock out. I'll come back and dig these up in just a moment. It's beeping over here. Ah, there's money over here. It's really easy to miss the money. And this is something that we've already read. I think I confused the valet and the driver previously. What is this? Right, there are 12 major keys. And speaking of keys, zing, zang, zoom for my 3 bedrooms. Okay, let's get digging. I think there was a dig spot back in the veranda a moment ago as well. Alright, coins. Oh, there's a trunk and I can just break it open. Nice. Oh, nice, dice. This is good. We're running a little bit low on steps. A turnip, okay. I have an experiment going in the laboratory where apples give me bonuses. There's another turnip. Okay, we're not worrying about steps anymore. Old tin can. And it's good to know that the courtyard can come with a shovel. I think that's the first time I've witnessed that. There's definitely certain items that are more likely to be in certain rooms. So yeah, veranda, I'm pretty sure there was a dig spot in here. Yeah. I'll spend the step. Sadly, just to get some unimpressive pebbles. Was there another dig spot over here? There is. And a coin. Alright. I don't think there were any other dig spots recently, so let's take this exit out of the courtyard. Still have a chance of possibly getting into the anteroom today, with some good luck. And I have a lot of resources at my disposal. Drafting studio. Yeah, I love the drafting studio. I made it more common, and we found it. Okay, here's the key. We can view the Great Hall layout, and the Great Hall... Today is Sunday, November 29th, by the way. The Great Hall looks like this, and one of the things you pull was in the Great Hall previously. Do I know... Well, based on the shape, if I want to go north-south in the Great Hall, I just go straight on through, and then there's some other little closety things, but the ones that are far away from the arch door are maybe the bigger sections. And this is, yeah, Drafting Strategy Volume 1. This is the one that we read, yeah, the last time that we were in here. All right. There's a beep. This time I saw it. And I don't think there's any other things here. So, potential new floor plans to permanently add to the draft tool. Dormitory. Each time you enter a dormitory, after drafting a compass drafting room, gain 10 steps. Dead end. Each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. That's pretty interesting. The kennel, and you go straight through. And dovecote. That is a word. It's not a word I'm familiar with. Is it a group of doves? Whenever you draw a dovecote while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. Oh, wow. An elbow that lets you... Okay, that's pretty interesting. Rotating floor plans... Like the rotunda was basically like a four-way passage, just in a different thing, the one that rotated. But being able to rotate the floor plans so that, like, when you draft the chapel and one of the doors is pointing somewhere useless or whatever, you can make it point more useful. That seems pretty good. I wonder what its rarity is. Like, there's not that many rooms that I dig in. Although I do tend to dig late. So this is a good room too. Both of these are good. Rotating feels like it would be more difficult for me to reason about. So I'm going to take the kennel. Oh, I should read about all of them. And we're going to meet dogs in the kennel, it sounds like. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do this. Dormitory... Academic study, blah, 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 blah. All right, next plan, next plan. Dovecote. All right. Oh. Mary liked watching birds. And wanted this one. But yeah, I think the kennel. Let's add that to the draft pool. Okay. Oh yeah, here's the calendar again. So yeah, November 1st is a Sunday, which makes me think it has to be 1998 in order to fit into the timeline of the rest of the world, assuming, of course, that we're like on planet Earth with the same kind of time, year, days of the week stuff. Okay, so I am going straight ahead. And I will use a key. 3 apples in the boudoir is really useful. But the vault... do I have a vault key? I have a vault key. We're definitely getting the vault. It is the case that this is going to not give me any doors. The vault could come back again later. I still have doors in the west wing. And I have enough steps to get there. Like, the draft pool is running out, and maybe I can draft the vault again later. Let's actually take the boudoir right now. Man, I'm going to feel bad if I lose my chance at the vault key, but we could still get a lot of things going for us here. So, when I eat apple, I get some kind of random bonus, so let's watch. Plus 5 steps. Experiment successful. Plus 5 steps. Experiment successful. Alright, 3, 3, 23, 13. Plus 5 steps. 24, 13. Okay, so I got a random gem there. And I might have gotten a random key or gold or something. When I wasn't paying enough attention. Right, there's a safe in here. I should try out my new, what did I say? 1952? We're going to try out 1952. So, 1, 9, 5, 2, enter. That is not the code to this safe, but I bet you it is the code to a safe. So I'm looking forward to finally having success and perhaps getting a red letter. Letter is in an envelope, red envelope, as opposed to letter of the alphabet. Okay, and now I really like to draft like the passageway or something. Gonna have to use a key again. Passageway. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, because now I have 3 more room choices. So let's try this guy. That one's locked. I'm low on keys. Let's see if there's any unlocked doors first. Here we go. Office. Boiler room. The left door doesn't help me. That door doesn't help me either. Lavatory is a dead end. Boiler room does go straight through, however, so we're going to take the boiler room, even though it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. I like not having to think about the gems, because I have so many. To get straight through the boiler room is a little bit of a pain, but I can do it. Oh, the power is already on over here. Alright, it's not as much of a pain. I guess the boiler room is also left in the state that you left it in previously. So that's convenient. So, let's open this. Foyer hallway doors are always unlocked. I've used most of my hallways already, so that's not going to be valuable to me. Kitchen, food for sale. I do have some money. Pantry, I could just pick up some money and a little bit of food. Yeah, let's take the pantry for now. Take the banana. Take my coins. Rereading this, Bridget is mentioned here. I think Bridget is one of the chambermaids, and the note was written by the house manager, Anne Babbage, is my guess. I don't see any other things in here. But I don't spend much time looking around in here for things that the metal detector would not detect. Alright, but I don't see anything right now. So let's go back to the passageway. I don't think it's worth spending the time getting the boiler activated, because I don't think it's likely... Well, I could send power out there. I have a bunch of steps. If we go back through the passageway and we get something that the boiler room might affect, I might do that. Okay, so over in this direction. Room is locked. I need to use a key, sadly. The pool I'm not super interested in, but it's got a decent doorway or two. Gonna have trouble getting to the antechamber without the archives here, though. But the archives will make things more difficult. Let's take the pool, which has its water filled back up in it again, since we made that change. And then I'm unlikely to spend much time down here, but let's see what we get. Now we get the vault. Okay, here we go. Now let's use the vault key. Perfect, 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 perfect. Everything's coming up Millhouse. So. Oh, it's got the date in here as well. Good to know. But now I have a key to use in the vault. Okay, so we collected all the monies. Just making sure there's nothing else noteworthy there. Is there anything hidden behind the vault door? Not that I can see. There's a box that I can break open. Nice. Thanks for the things. The white rook is here. I had not noticed that before. Can I reclose this? I guess I can't. But white rook is in the vault. Let me add that to my notes. Alright, the notes have been suitably updated. I presume if I just walk by wherever... I think I had key 300 and something. So I presume a prompt will come up. I think I must have already passed it. Let's take a look at my inventory. Vault key, no, 149. 149. They are in order. A ridiculous number of them. 148, 149. And I have to actually hover over the specific one. Deposit 149 is locked. Use key 149. A passport? Okay. Fen Aries passport. Of course it's red. It's Mary's passport. Except... Okay, she disappeared without a trace. The driver of the car was also not found. This has the name Samantha Hayes. And a date of birth. 1/12/54. Okay, another date to add. As well as issue and expiry dates. But this suggests that my mother... She didn't take the passport with her. It's in the vault. But she had a fake international diplomatic passport for traveling under an assumed name. An allowance token. Okay, permanently increase my allowance. Okay, that's also very useful. So we got a permanent upgrade. I like that. And then some money. And is that it? No, there's more money in here. That appears to be it. Okay. Very interesting stuff. Anything else to scrutinize here? I don't think so. But I did use a safe. This looks like it's from Egypt or something. Yeah, that's like an Ankh. I forget what these creatures are called. In any case, I'm not going to be carrying that out of here. Okay, so that was very fruitful. The safe was in the boudoir, which is not far away. I'll probably need to backtrack anyway, but let's make sure I go revisit the boudoir before ending this run and try out some of my new date codes. I'm down to 2 keys. I'm down to 1 key, so that might end my run abruptly. I could get more keys in the garage. The office also has a safe, and it has a doorway to keep exploring, and might have good stuff. Maybe there'll be a key in here. I hear something beeping. Who beep? Oh, what is this? It's another vault key. Bonanza. No, it's a safe deposit key. Safe deposit key. Where does a safe deposit key go? Tell me more. Oh, no, it's vault key 233. Okay, so we're going back to the vault shortly. I need to open this and do a little twisty twist in order to make count whatever's thingy go up. Haven't tried thinking hard about this. This is also presumably addressed to Bridget, written by Miss Babbage, I'm guessing. And checking email, there were some dates in email possibly that I didn't take a good look at. Okay, I have a screenshot of that. And I didn't look to see if there's any other noteworthy items in here. Is there a chess piece in here? Because if there is, I didn't write it down. No, it's the White King is in here. Yeah, it's right over there. Okay, I did write that one down. Okay, I need to check the email, I need to check the safe, and then I need to go back to the use my key. So, oh, spread gold in the state. I forgot that that was a thing that could happen. Spread gold now. Great. Return to the main menu. Run payroll. Yeah, go ahead and run payroll. And then I guess I had to log into the network in order to do the email. I hadn't taken screenshots of all the email. I just had the one for the utility closet color codes or whatever. Electronic mail. So yeah, here are more dates. So I should screenshot all of these and keep track of these dates. So the second one is the one that I already had screenshotted. October 7th. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured your plans will be executed down to the last detail. So premonition. Perhaps he used Alzara, the fortune teller? I was also suspecting that maybe he ran off like Mary Magdalene and he's actually still alive and we're going to find him, Herbert. I forget the reasoning that all went into that or whatever. It's well, yeah. He was trying to draw up the paintings by Thursday, and I arrived on a Friday, and so I was wondering, like, if he knew the day before he was going to die. But this is still 5 years before that happens, so yeah, I'm not sure. In any case, let me write down these dates. And I should also note the people here, the MC people. And then finally, this was the original request about the fuse box repair, which was October 5th. And I'm just curious, remote terminals. So yeah, security laboratory shelter had a terminal. I'd forgotten about that. There is something I want to do on the security terminal. It occurs to me, I have a key card. I want more rooms to be locked with key cards than with keys. So I should go to the key card system and its security settings and change its security level to high so that we will get more keycard doors that I can open with my keycard. That just occurred to me. Okay, and now that's a reason to do that, because I had wondered about that in some previous episode. Okay, so I did one of the three things I needed to do. I did the computer and I checked the mail. Now I need to go to the safe and try. I've tried a bunch of, or have I tried all my things here? The first time I was in the office, did I try everything? I'm not sure. I'll do 1952. And I'm pressing clear in between because I figure I might need to do that to reset it or whatever. I'll try a bunch of dates. Alright, I tried a bunch of dates and none of them were correct. Okay, so I've done the two things I wanted to do here. Now I need to go back to the vault, which is just around the corner. Why did something beep? Probably money at the bottom of the pool. No, there's money right here. Thank you, metal detector. I wonder how much money and keys I've failed to notice in all the episodes thus far. So which safe deposit box, vault, key, something, something? I have 233. 233. 233. Boom. Use it. Another allowance token. I love it. Money is not going to be as much of a problem as it has been in the past. I have 99 money, so that's like all the monies. And another passport. Oh, boy. A passport that's compromised. My mother is an international spy or something. Gray Daniels. Born 5/1/56. The date of issue and date of expiry are the same. She got two passports with two different names on the same date. Okay, if this is another day, I need to write down and go back and try in the safe. 05/01/56. Wow. Okay. Super interesting. Yeah, there's much more, murder mystery in this game than I was expecting. Yeah, okay. Crazy Town. How about 05/01? Nope. Clear. How about 1956? Nope. I gotta imagine that there's gonna be some kind of clue that associates a date with each safe. But if I can make like skip ahead in terms of progress, like I'll happily do so. Okay, I have one key left. We're not getting to the antechamber today. Oh, the office had another door? Hold on. The office has another door. Is it locked? It is locked. Yeah, I'll use my key. Now, let's think. Commissary, I could buy it out, whatever it's got. That's one possibility. Or I do have a chance to redraw floor plans a few times, and I could try to get the freezer and save all of this money and gems. I think let's try that. Let's redraw the floor plans and see if I can roll the freezer by any chance. Or anything else that seems like it's going to be super useful. Locker room would spread keys throughout the house. And then I could go back to the locker room after having walked through it. Showroom. I could buy out the showroom. Possibly. I probably can't buy out the showroom. But I could buy some interesting items in the showroom. Let's go to the showroom. Maybe it has the master key. For example. Alright, showroom. What you got for sale? It's got the master key. So, opens all normal doors. It's got the chronograph, it's got ornate compass, and the emerald bracelet. So, doors. There's one door off a passageway. But that's the only door left. So I'd be spending all my money just to open one door. But it would give me another chance of getting the freezer. And I don't know what else I would do with all my money at this point, because do I have any other shops? I have the laundry room, which could convert things. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy the master key and then hope to draft the... And also, it's a special key that I've never had before. Opens all doors of the estate that can be opened with regular keys. Okay, that's what I thought. It's basically the infinite keys. And how does it show up over here? And so this is probably one of the 12 special keys. It's got the Mount Holly insignia on it or whatever. Okay, so I've done that. Oh, this also makes it easier to get back to the other side of the house. I didn't realize that. But I don't think I have a reason to go back that way right now. Yeah, so let's go back through the office and the passage and... see what this final door brings us on 1 or 2 rolls. The door is locked. Special keys. Master key. Master key is a fun game. I could get more keys. That's not going to really help me. I could get items for sale. That could be a little bit interesting. I'd really like to get the freezer. Well, yeah, I still have all these gems. And yeah, other than going back to... Yes, I think I'm mostly done today. So let's redraw. And let's do the locksmith and just see what other special key might be for sale, just to learn about other special keys potentially. So, special key costs 8. Let's see what we get. Be funny if we get another copy of the master key. Seems unlikely. Key to the secret garden. Alright. Just double checking. I don't have any rooms available. I never went to the outer room, so I should do that too. So back in the boudoir, I learned a few more dates, so I need to try them out on this safe. But no luck with any of that. Oh hey, dinner is served. Back in the dining room. Country stew pie. Plus an additional 10 if you have a boiler room, which I do. So I'm going to have tons of steps. I guess while I'm here, I can't imagine that the master key would open the door down here, but I might as well check. The master key does not fit. It started the animation and I got excited, and I'm sure the secret garden key would not fit. Alright, fair enough. It occurs to me we might get the shrine out here, which would allow me to spend my gold to get like a blessing that lasts for the next few days or something. Root cellar, tool shed, shelter. The root cellar, I could at least dig something up that might be interesting. Like, I could dig up a vault key in theory, and then walk all the way back to the vault. Coins? Coins? Nothing of interest was buried here. I didn't even know that was a possibility. A turnip, I've got a gazillion steps. I can go out to the gate and try some things on the gate. Codes, 4 digits, blah blah blah. Some more coins. There's a battery pack. Not going to help me since I don't have a workshop. Pebbles. Pebbles. Alright. Like, I'm pretty sure the run is dead, but I've got all these steps. I feel like I should spend them. Oh, hey! I was just doing some brute forcing because I realized that this was pretty easy to brute force. And I lost track of where I was. I was in 1120s, 1126 or something. I don't know. So I cheated my way to a sequence break. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked. Starting tomorrow, you will start each day with an extra 20 steps. Oh, that's super great. Okay, I'm glad to have done that. The mechanism just makes it easy to rotate it once and click the thing, and rotate it once and click the thing. And one of the dates I had was 11/1/93. I don't even remember what it was now that I just wrote down. So what else can we find in the apple orchard? If there is anything to find. Walk back down the other side. Oh, it's the 4th thingamadoo. I have lit up all 4 thingamadoos. Mount Holly is lit. Do I get an achievement? Or is it just going to fade away and that will be... Oh, ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho. Do you remember when I said the run is dead? Yeah, don't listen to that guy. Listen to this guy, who says, oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay. Got more things to do. This is probably a clock. What is at the end of the orchard? Hello, paper. I would like to read Gardener's Logbook, April 10th, 1992. Another date. And so this probably belonged to Denny Ravine? No. Robert Nogula, groundskeeper. When I first came on the estate, capacity of the new groundskeeper was dismayed. My predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, no record of any kind. As a result of this improvidence, embarrassing professional blunders, to that end, I will keep a record. Okay. Tell me more. Also, what was your name again? Robert Nogula. Alright, among many commissioned duties, the grounds, gate to gate, apple orchard, entrance drive, east yard. Maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epsing's death and the closure of the west wing. But I take pride. There are 8 green rooms in the house. Majority are only draftable on the perimeter, the secret garden, for example. Terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, I have not seen. Greenhouse, I have not seen. And secret garden. Okay, so this is information about houses, what do you call? Courtyards also can only be drafted in the corners. About where I can draft certain rooms. That's useful information. Soil survey. This seems interesting. I'm not sure why. Room position, the amount of fruit spread from the gardens, the amount of flowers that bloom. Oh, interesting. So you get better soil in certain locations? That's interesting. Okay, the moral of the story is prefer to have your green rooms on the east side for better soil, which I presume means better digging opportunities. Smudge pots. I saw one of these outside a moment ago. Gaslighting to electrical power. But these are still powered by gasoline. Alright, keep things warm. There's the gasoline valve, spelled gasoline. I wonder if that's a typo. I did see there was a update like 1.0.3 or something that said it fixed some typos. I avoided spoilers in the notes, but I just happened to glance at it and saw that. But gasoline valve. Oh, Arinda. The book I checked out by Caleb, I think, was about Arinda, possibly? In the cloister. Is the cloister a possible outdoor room that's rare? Rinna. Rinna... I don't know that name. Alright, Anne Babbage he's talking about. I had forgotten how to access the inner Garth, and I'm too scared to chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. So, there's a cloister somewhere on the grounds, and it's hard to get to. And so I guess I have not found it yet. Okay, so much information. That is the final page of this. Okay. This was very informative. I immediately ran to this thing here. So I should look around and see what else there is to scrutinize. Some kind of yard tool that is not of value to my character. Okay, I'll walk back on this side. I think if there's anything on the road, I would see it. It's funny that there's a pathway here that just goes to a bird bath. And some kind of wall at the edge of the property. Alright, but I don't think there's any other objects here, but now we've lit all four of the whatchadoodles. So let's go find out what mystic elevator awaits me. Okay. There is a lever. Let's pull the lever and take the elevator down and probably discover I'm going to need another anteroom key or something. Who knows? I'm an hour and a half into this recording, by the way. This game is not super friendly to shorter play sessions. It's dark. Fortunately, it's not dark for very long because there is an electric light down here. Whoa. Okay, there's a good look at Mount Holly. And what is this? A mining helmet? Before I read, I want to look. There's got to be some very important information here. Excavation Department. Foreman's log. Hey, look, a date. As our client Thomas Sinclair suspected, that's our great-grandfather? Or maybe I added an extra great in there. The arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. When the crew first arrived, listen to the music here. Only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but after a few days of clearing vines, we've uncovered a dozen more. Every shaft ended abruptly. Every promising path led deeper into the mountains, been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. The site is either much older than we'd first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. What chambers? Supporting pillars. So is there like a mine shaft underground or something? And if so, like, I came down here for a tiny amount of information, or is there somewhere else? There's still more places to go. Okay. So I just came from that corner, but I can still continue walking this one. Am I in one of the things that's on my map of the underground, possibly? Old lantern and mining helmet, I think. Waterfall. That's always a good sign. This just end? No, it's just very dark. Oh! Alright. What do we have here? This is not at all creepy. This looks like something broke, I guess just chipped old building. And perhaps the same over here. And on the dais, the chessboard. I can solve this. So, if I look at my map, the office was rank 7, column 1. That's where the king goes. So, you go here. Not there. Here. Not there. Here. There we go. And it lights up to even show me that I'm correct. Okay. Great. I probably just know these by heart. Except for I have to open up my map. So, I had a chapel. Chapel has a bishop. That is rank 2, column 4. So, click on it. Bishop. Bishop. Goes there. Boom. It lit up. I've got it correct. Alright. I exit back out. The knight was in the vault, possibly? No, the observatory has the knight. Row 2, column 2. So, Mr. Knight, why don't you go right here? Great. Rook. Rook is in both the nook and the, something else. But I have a nook right below the observatory. So let's get the rook in the nook. It lights up, great. The queen would be her ladyship's something, or is it in the boudoir? Hold on. No, that's definitely... Oh. Except for I don't have... I have her ladyship's something. Was it also in the boudoir by any chance? Because I didn't draft her ladyship would always be from a south-facing room on the left-hand side, but maybe the boudoir, so let's try it. But maybe I need a complete draft. Yeah, it's not lighting up there. I could place it everywhere just to see if it lights up after placing the pawn. And so pawns, storeroom, den, bedroom, parlor, dining room, drawing room. And I have multiple of these rooms. So let's see if it accepts all of them. Drawing room and dining room, for example. Dining room is on the right, column 5. Drawing room was column 3. So does it accept the pawn in either of these locations? So, here, it does. Here, it also does. So you can place it anywhere that's legal. So where else might have had the queen? Or did I have to draft a room with the queen in order to make this happen? What chess piece am I not thinking of? Pawn, rook, knight, bishop, king, queen. No, maybe it's just a one of each. And so I don't think I had the queen anywhere, but let me just try putting her everywhere in case I at some point missed it. But I might have to intentionally draft one of each of these rooms. But I'll even put the queen down on rooms that I haven't drafted. Oh, I picked up the king again, though. Don't do that. This interface is not annoying at all. Alright, so as suspected, I didn't draft a room with the queen, and so I can't solve the chessboard puzzle now. But this will presumably stay open. And so on a future day, I just need to make sure that I draft at least one of each of these rooms. Her ladyship's whatever and the office are the two most difficult for sure. The other rooms are sufficiently common that I should be able to draft at least one of those four. And so this will undoubtedly give me some kind of cool bonus on a future day when I do it. I haven't been taking much notes on this episode. I'm going to have to watch it all back and take a bunch of notes and screenshots and all kinds of things. Okay, this still continues somewhere. This appears to be a door that's locked or something. And I just have the normal sledgehammer. So if it's something I need to break down, I can't do that. There's maybe some of the pillars in the wall that he was talking about, the mineshaft guy or whatever in the note. And do I know where this water runs down from? I'm not sure. This game keeps getting larger and larger scope, by the way. Just looking around before I read the document. Foreman's copy, do not remove from sight. Realm and something. Sigils of the past and present by Professor Richard Wallard. I have a feeling that this is a book that's going to be missing pages 36 and 37, possibly. Probably not. Professor Willard, by the way. Okay. 1905. That's another date. Alright, next page. Nininition. First era, natural, various signs, not understood by strangers. Sigils are not a new tradition. Realm sigils, crude circular marks of designation found on royal artifacts. One illustrated has a pentagon and a bunch of W-looking things. This book is here to tell you more about it. How is a leafless, burning tree seen in geometric lines, and what does that tell me about the kingdom's history? It tells a story. Even the adorned borders have special meaning. The sigil has individual elements that make up the whole. It has a core, dividing lines, moats, and border. Oh my goodness, we're making a scripting language. Scripting meaning just like, like script, like type script, handwriting. Okay. The core. Patterson, the school teacher, talked to Professor Charity to look for a book that was missing page 36 and 37 and didn't have any information about the core. Also, the billiards puzzle has this. Like the dartboard is exactly this. The core is a square or a circle, depending upon different things. The moats or the border might be the numbers, etc. I mean, I don't know that it is a sigil necessarily, but... And I've seen lots of plates, like decorative plates, like in the dining room or in other rooms, that have borders that remind me a little bit of this border. Like, the point is, there may be many rooms where I've already seen these sigils and not recognized them as things to be decoded, and I'm about to learn about that. Okay. I've said enough. The core. These are the color, well, two of the three. The hourglass is purple. That little heart shape is orange. Mountains are yellow. The pentagon, I don't know. This is based on the grade 1 school puzzle. Okay, at the center of each sigil is a unique shape for each realm. Identify the core. Several examples. I get at least the first letter of each. Okay. The rays. Line splitting the sigil. They differ in number, style. Probably like traditional something something. Were they blah blah blah. Ship routes. I was speculating about the globe and the dashed lines. So the globe itself might be some kind of sigil. Carriages, forays, locomotion. That's all about travel. Next page is basically gone. Wavy lines are heat. Rainy realms, 3 vertical lines. Stormy weather. Snow. Wind. Okay. Moats. Tribal, agricultural, martial, metropolitan, academic, industrial, spiritual, poetic. Alright. Border. White, black, violet, green, orange, red, pink, yellow. Huh. National colors. So red is our national color, which has the little zigzag lines. Okay. Putting it all together. Yes, please. After studying the core, rays, moats, and border of sigil, you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an undecipherable enigma. Red banners, but banners, red has been crossed out. Martial fog. Okay, so banners, martial fog. Okay, so red banners, martial fog. I just learned a bunch of stuff. I don't know about red for the core, but I saw martial somewhere. Martial is the W kind of thing. That was in some of the examples. Okay, so like the W kind of thing is martial. And what did it say? Fog? So fog would be these things. Would fog be windy? Or possibly it's one of the torn out pages. This is another possibility. So banners, martial fog, and the banners... Oh, it's giving me this example, maybe. So the example on the other page, maybe, because there's a torn out page here. I'm not sure. Is this the last page? Is this the last page? Okay. That was quite the information dump. Alright. Well, I have it all in video to take screenshots of. This does appear to be the end. I have a new intermediate goal, which is to draft a manor that has all 6 chess pieces in it. And I have a whole lot of stuff to think about. So, at this point, I think I'm going to say... There's nothing else I can do usefully, right? Yeah, I think we're done for now. So I'm going to call it a day and say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day. And I will see you again soon with more blueprints where... Yeah, it's one of those games where I can't believe the scope continues to expand. We had a garden manor with 40 rooms. And one new room. The one new room was what? The ballroom. That's right. Okay, great. Have a great day, everybody.